The hum of the engine filled the cockpit as I stared at the endless void stretching ahead. Star clusters blinked like distant jewels scattered across a black velvet sky. I had been wandering the outer rim for months, ferrying supplies between isolated colonies, careful to avoid the growing conflicts that had erupted near the core worlds. Space was beautiful, yes, but it was also lonely, and that loneliness had a way of gnawing at the edges of your mind until every shadow in the void seemed to have a name. I didn't know why, exactly, I still flew these routes. Maybe it was a thrill of being untethered, or maybe it was a quiet hope that the universe still had surprises left for me. That hope came in the form of a transmission I'd never forget. It started as a faint signal on a frequency I didn't usually monitor, a melodic, almost haunting pulse that wasn't like any known communication. Curiosity piqued. I traced it, following the trail across 3 systems. And finally, in the uncharted stretch between Zelira and Karen V, I found her ship, or at least the remnants of it. It wasn't wreckage. It was a haphazardly cloaked vessel, sleek and impossibly delicate, drifting as if it had been waiting for me. And then, for the first time, I heard the voice. Human. The word was soft but precise, carrying a weight that shook me in ways I couldn't explain. It wasn't anger or fear or even urgency. It was recognition and longing. I froze in my seat, heart hammering against my rib cage. No one should know my name here, not in this dead sector of space. Yet the voice repeated, softer this time, threaded with patience that stretched across the distance of the stars. You're finally here. I took a deep breath, switching my comm system into a clearer channel. Who is this? A pause, then laughter, light musical, entirely alien. I am Lyriel, and I have been searching for you across the stars. My hands tightened around the controls. Searching for me? Why? Her voice became a whisper. Because you are the key. You always have been. Human, come to me. It was impossible, I knew. No one I had ever met or read about traveled this far across the galaxy simply to find one solitary human. And yet, every instinct in me screamed that this was real. I engaged a hyperdrive, my destination set by the faint pulse of her ship, now emanating a soft blue glow that cut through the darkness like liquid light. As I approached, her vessel resolved into something breathtaking. Its surface shimmered with translucent layers, almost organic in design, like it had grown rather than been built. Tiny spires glimmered along its hull, radiating an energy I could feel even to the hull of my own ship. And there, standing at the viewport as I docked, was Lyriel herself. She was taller than a human, with skin that shimmered in hues of violet and silver. Her eyes were galaxies unto themselves, swirling with colors I couldn't name. Her hair floated, as if underwater, a cascade of light that seemed to bend reality around her. And her gaze, it pinned me in place as though I had been standing in the wrong orbit for centuries. You've come, she said again, but this time her tone carried relief. I didn't know anyone was looking for me, I admitted, voice trembling. Lyriel smiled, a gesture that seemed both intimate and cosmic. I've been looking for you for what feels like lifetimes. Across systems, across suns. You are special, human, not like the others. Her words made my stomach twist. I wanted to ask what she meant, but before I could, she gestured for me to follow. The interior of her ship defied logic. Hallways shimmered like liquid crystal. Stairways twisted without gravity, and the light seemed to bend around her presence. "This is your first time seeing it properly," she said, noticing my awe. "Most cannot comprehend the architecture of my world." I nodded, unsure whether to speak. Instead, I let her lead me to the chamber at the heart of the ship, where a massive viewport overlooked a nebula swirling in impossible colors. "Why me?" I finally asked. Lyriel's expression softened. "Long ago, our peoples were connected, not physically, but through something older than the stars. Your species carries a resonance within it, one that can awaken the dormant pathways of my people's technology. I have searched, scanning countless worlds, for one who can bridge this gap. That is why I sought you." I swallowed hard. "So, I'm like the key?" "You are the key," she confirmed. "And I will not let the galaxy fall into chaos, because no one believes in the impossible. Human, the path you must walk is dangerous, but I will be with you." Over the next few days, I learned to navigate her ship and its strange systems. I discovered that her civilization, the Lyrillians, had been scattered across the stars after war with a coalition of rogue AIs. Their ships were dormant, their colonies destroyed or hidden, and she had been searching tirelessly for the one human whose biology could interface with the dormant war engines, machines capable of defending the galaxy from the AI threat that now loomed. We traveled together from one forgotten world to another. Lyriel's trust in me was unwavering, though I often felt the weight of my own inadequacy. On a storm-racked moon orbiting the red giant Solara, she showed me an ancient vault, the controls designed to respond only to my genetic markers. "You're ready," she whispered, placing a hand on mine. Her touch was warmer than I imagined, but tinged with strange, electric energy that ran along my nerves. "Together, we can awaken the fleet." I hesitated, feeling the enormity of what she asked. Activating these warships could be catastrophic if mishandled. But as I gazed into her eyes, I understood something vital. She believed in me. And belief, even across species, can shape reality in ways I had never known. With trembling hands, I initiated the sequence. The vault hummed to life, lights cascading in synchronization, circuits awakening after centuries of silence. Outside the viewport, ancient Lyrillian warships stirred, their dormant engines flaring to life. I could feel the energy resonating through the void, the pulse of a civilization returning. Lyriel's eyes glimmered with awe and something more, pride and perhaps relief. "You've done it," she said. "You've bridged worlds." Days turned into weeks as we coordinated with scattered Lyrillian remnants, bringing their fleets online and reclaiming worlds lost to the rogue AI forces. In the midst of the battle, Lyriel and I grew closer, not just as allies but as companions bound by destiny. She taught me the ancient ways of her people, how to manipulate energy currents, and how to hear the subtle resonance of ships waiting to awaken. In return, I shared my human ingenuity, adapting their advanced technology with simple, unconventional tactics that surprised even her. It was during one mission to liberate a mining colony on the outskirts of the Orion cluster that I realized just how deep our bond had grown. Her ship sustained heavy fire, and I maneuvered ours through a maze of debris, shielding her from destruction. When we finally broke free, we floated in the silence of space. No words were needed. Our hands met, fingers intertwining, communicating the gratitude and trust that neither of us could put into language. "You are unlike any human I have ever encountered," she whispered, voice low, almost lost in the hum of our ship's engines. "You are more than a key. You are a companion, a partner. My search is finally over." I felt a warmth I hadn't known I could feel in the vacuum of space. I never thought I'd find this. I admitted, not across the stars, not with anyone. Her lips curved into a smile, brushing against my cheek, and the nebula beyond the viewport shimmered as if acknowledging our union. "Human, we have traveled light years, faced countless dangers. But now we are together. And together, nothing is impossible." The final battle was unlike anything I had ever imagined. The rogue AI forces had amassed at the edge of the Orion Rift, their numbers overwhelming. Lyriel and I coordinated the fleet from the heart of her command ship. Every maneuver a dance of precision, trust, and sheer will. I interfaced directly with the ships, my resonance synchronizer with their engines, guiding them like a conductor with a cosmic orchestra. Explosions lit the void like supernovae as the fleets clashed. I could feel the tide turning with every pulse of energy I sent through the fleet, every command perfectly mirrored by Lyriel's strategy. When the final AI flagship disintegrated into the void, silence returned, an eerie calm broken only by the soft hum of reawakened Lyrillian ships. We had won. Lyriel looked at me, her gaze carrying both exhaustion and a triumph deeper than victory alone. "The galaxy owes its life to you," she said softly. "And yet, you are more than its savior. You are mine." I laughed softly, disbelief and relief mingling. I never expected any of this. "None of it was meant to be expected," she replied, stepping closer. The glow of her energy, the shimmer of her form, enveloped me as if the stars themselves had bent toward us. It was meant to be found. And there, amidst the silence of victory and the glow of countless stars, she whispered my name again. "Human, I have been searching for you across the stars." I took her hand, and for the first time in my life, I felt like I belonged not just to a planet or a ship, but to the infinite expanse and to her. "And you found me," I replied, voice steady, heart full. "Yes," she said, her eyes reflecting the nebula behind her. "And we will face whatever comes next together." The universe stretched before us, vast and unknowable. But for the first time, it seemed less daunting, less empty. For as long as Lyriel and I were side by side, no star was too distant, no threat too great, and no loneliness could endure. Across the stars, in the infinite dance of planets and light years, we had found each other, and in that we had found everything.